Shalom, shalom. And first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel and truth and sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh Hashem El Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Hashem El Shai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses. This is 2 Esdras chapter 7 and verse 16. It says, "Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present?" Right? And, ultimately, the people, right, the masses are not paying attention to ultimately everything that's going on around them, man. You be trying to tell, the average people, those that are not in the faith, right? For us that are in the faith, we try to tell people that are not in the faith, right? About really, just current events and stuff like that, man. And what do they say? They say, "Oh, I don't want to pay attention to that because, it's all negative or this, that, and the third," not knowing that, having that knowledge of what is going on, helps you to be able to prepare for when it does reach you, right? Instead of just sitting here, not getting prepared. As the scriptures say, Luke 21 and verse 35 says, "For as a snare," meaning a trap, "shall it come upon all them that dwell upon the earth," man, right? All the people don't want to know about what's going on. They don't even care about what's going on. Hey, but they have to, right? Because eventually it's going to hit home, right? And then they're going to sit there and whine and cry, about not having gotten prepared for this situation, right? And the prophets are out here warning you, right? Tell you to get prepared, man. And the best way to get prepared is spiritually, man. Taking heed to this word, right? Taking heed to the prophets, which are coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem El Shai, right? Letting you know the things to come, and I say that to bring this out because a brother had posted in the group chat this little screenshot that he had took. It says, "Getting ready for blackouts from London to LA as the global energy crisis overwhelms grids and send energy prices skyrocketing." And this is going to make it to where a lot of people, are homeless, right? And end up losing their jobs, man, right? Because they're not able to pay for, not able to pay for gas because they're too busy spending it, at home, so that way they can keep the lights on, or continue to wash clothes, or continue to heat up their water, or whatever it may be, right? Which is going to hinder them from being able to go to work, right? You're going to have to make very, very heavy decisions at the pump, man, right? Very heavy decision. Hey, do I save this money to pay my rent? Do I save this money to to pay my electricity bill, or do I take this to go to or put it in the tank to go to work, so I can continue to pay those bills, right? And risk your lights shutting off anyways, right? Because that's eventually what's going to happen to a lot of people, man. And that just opens up the door for so many things, especially Esau Edom, because not only did this article come out, you have the new king, right, of Britain, right, the king of England, so to speak, or the king of wherever it is, the UK. It's like it says, and this is what he said, right? It says, "Military-style Marshall Plan needed to combat climate change," man, right? And we ultimately know what he's going into, man. We understand 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man, right? So they created, all these issues, right? They completely stopped the supply chain, right? They brought forth this Crown Vic Royale, right? To ultimately gather up some data. And well, now, they're at the same time as them pushing, this charagma, right? The little rice grain. Now they're saying that the energy grid, which has been going very strong for so long, is now ultimately getting weak, man, right? Which allows for them to, basically come up with this solution, right? And his solution is, basically martial law, man. To go in there and force everyone to either shut their electronics down and or throw people into these FEMA camps, man, right? They're going to be offering up a solution, right? For those that are, they're asked out, right? Because this is gonna hurt a lot of people, man. A lot of people that are asked out or need to pay their bills. What's gonna happen? Esau Edom is gonna come, Captain Save-A-Ho, man. Gonna come swoop in and say, well, cool. You want to be able to pay rent, right? You want to be able to do this. You want to be able to do that. Well, take this charagma, and your rent will be cut in half, or your your electricity bill will be cut in half permanently, right? Though they're gonna swoop in with all different types of, whatever it may be, man. And let you say no, you getting thrown into a FEMA camp and gonna be put to death, man, right? Reading on, it says, climate change possesses such a severe threat that the world's only option is to adopt a military-style response reminiscent of the U.S. Marshall Plan to rebuild post-war Europe, Prince Charles said on Monday. It says, a longtime advocate for nature, the British royal said climate change was rapidly becoming a comprehensive catastrophe that will dwarf the impact of the C-19 scamdemic. Right, man. Because they got all of their data, from the scamdemic, and well, now they can really rule out what they want to rule out, man. They can really take their their final plans and put them into play, man. It says, at this stage, I can see no other way forward but to call for a Marshall-like plan for nature, people, and planet, Charles said in a video recorded for the launch of a week of virtual climate change events in New York. And again, it's not for nature, man. It's not for the planet. It's ultimately for Esau Edom to establish his NWO. Because why do you need to bring in a military for nature, man? What kind of sense does that make? To help nature, you need to bring in a military, use military force, right? But the average person is going to read this and see the two words that he used, right, for nature and for their planet, and they're going to think that he's thinking of some, something good, right, that he's doing for the world, right? In reality, it has nothing to do with the world. It has everything to do with his plan, his NWO, man. Right? And again, we're at this time where more and more things and more talks like this are ultimately gonna, come abroad, man. It says we must now put ourselves in a warlike footing, approaching our action from the perspective of a military-style campaign. It says scientists say the world is on track for catastrophic warming in the coming decades unless governments take rapid action to wean the global economy off fossil fuels and protect and restore forests, wetlands, peatlands, and other ecosystems. Right, so they went from the energy grid to now they're talking about global warming, man. What the fuck do the two have to do with each other? And you excuse my French, but these two things have nothing to do with each other, man. Absolutely nothing to do with each other. You're going from electricity to fossil fuels, man. Esau really does believe that he's slick, man. Hey, but the men of the Lord see right through his bullshit, man. They see right through it, man. Hey, so this is why we're constantly telling you people you need to prepare, man. Esau is now he's talking about, doing a military-style Marshall-like plan, in order to combat climate change, right? This energy grid bullshit that's going on, which again, we understand that Esau Edom is doing this, man. We understand Esau Edom is again, they have a thing called order ab chaos, right? Order out of chaos, right? So what they do is they create the chaos, right? At the same time as they are creating the solution. And then once the chaos hits a point where you need a solution, then they offer up the solution, right? And the solution is going to be you to take this charagma, man. Because this is what it all boils down to. This is Jacob's trouble right here, man. This is Jacob's trouble, man. When Esau Edom, finally says fuck it, and he comes down having great wrath, hey, that's Jacob's trouble, man. And it's gonna be a time of great distress, right? Great death, like no other time ever been seen before, man. And the prophets are constantly talking about Jacob's trouble, man, as we should. Right? This is the next major prophecy that is ultimately to take place, and it's coming to fruition right before our eyes, man. And most you people don't pay attention, or not paying attention to the their Esau Edom's language, right? How he talks, what he says, right? You don't read between the lines. Nor do you even read. Everything just goes right past you, man. Everything goes right past you. Where the men of the Lord are reading these things, man. And we're reading between the lines. So you're not going to be able to just, slip one on the men of the Lord, man. It's not going to happen. This is why you gotta pay attention, man. You gotta pay attention. And this is gonna happen real soon, man. A warlike Marshall Plan. Come on now, man. We're talking about any minute now, any day now, Esau Edom could shut down the grid and use that climate lockdown, right, as a right, because that's exactly what's going to happen, man. And this is I believe that it very well could happen, right? I don't necessarily know exactly what's going to happen, but I believe it very well could happen, right? Because you now have talks of I can't remember exactly what woman it was talking about flattening the curve when it comes to these when it comes to the energy crisis, right? They were using the same terminology when dealing with the Crown Vic Royale. What you're gonna see, okay, what you're gonna see is a lot of people losing their jobs, right? Everything is going to shut down again, man, right? Everything is going to shut down again, and Esau Edom very well could use that, just like he did the Crown Vic Royale, man. That scamdemic, that first lockdown. What did he do? Esau Edom was trying to move his pawns into place, man, getting them ready, right? So he very well could do that again, except this time he could actually do what he's going to do, man. Let me grab this, man. Because, again, this is the time that we're in, man. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he hath but a short time." Again, they're already talking this plan that this Charles, right? He ain't my king, so I don't want to call him king, right? And he ain't my prince, so I ain't gonna call him prince. So this Charles dude, right, is talking about this plan that he's talking about goes right along with prophecy, man. If they choose to enact on what he's saying, Hey, well, guess what? That's prophecy. Because you know it's not going to be some type of, going up to your door, knocking on the door, saying, hey, can you please, turn your AC or turn your temperature in your home up so you're not spending as much, or using up as much energy, right? Can you turn off your lights more, right? Can you run your dishwasher, run your laundry from this time to this time because it's cheaper, right? They're not going to do none of that shit. They're not going to do none of that shit, man. Right? Because ultimately, it's not even about the freaking energy grid, man. It's not about energy. It's not about climate. It's not about none of that. It's Esau Edom's NWO, man. New World Order. And if you're not paying attention, if you're not doing your due diligence to watch, right? Gather up information and then feed the sheep Yahweh Shem El Shai with it, as far as men, being men doing that, right? Then guess what, man? You're gonna get caught with your pants down, man. Scrub Luke 21. I just want to make this quick, straight to the point, man. Luke 21:34. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawares, man. Right? Scriptures say that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night, man, when you least expect it. Right? Next verse, it says, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Right, man, in a trap. You said, when you think about hunting, when you set a trap for an animal, you think the animal sees that trap? No. Because it would have never been in the trap. They don't see the trap. They don't know that they're in a trap until the very last minute. And this is what you people, this is 2/3 of you Israelites as well as the rest of you people out here, man. Y'all people are blind as hell, man. Even though the men of the Lord are telling you this is what's going on, this is what's being talked about, this is the verbiage being used. Yet you people don't care. It's all negative, or it doesn't immediately affect you, or whatever kind of fucking excuse you're gonna give, man. This is here. It is here. What else can we tell you? The only thing we can tell you is to prepare. Right? Verse 36 says, watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Right, man? Because that's what we need. And the way that you're going to be able to do that is taking heed to these scriptures, man. Watching, paying attention to what's going on around you, so that way okay, cool, this is, this is here, okay, or okay, well, this is how I got to go about it, right? Pray to Yahweh Shem El Shai that he, puts that spirit upon you, right? Puts the spirit of, of sincerity upon you. Put that zealous spirit within you for Yahweh Shem El Shai. And many, many other things that you could pray for, man. Right? Pray for more faith, most importantly, right? Pray for, characteristics of the elect, humbleness of mind, right? Charity amongst brethren, so on and so forth, man. There's many, many different things, man, that you should be praying for, man, especially in these times, man. But the words of Yahweh Shem El Shai are the blueprint, in which you need in order to get through the times to come, man. It's just plain and simple, man. It's plain and simple. This is the time that we're in. You either get it or you don't. You either live or you die. It's plain and simple. It's black and white. All right, so with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem El Shai B'Hashem, Rachak Wadash, double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election Yahweh Shem El Shai, Lord, willing for part of your houses. I want to say shalom. Until next time.